One of the major funders of Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3 of 2026, that is Kudakwashe Tagwirei, known as a Chikananda, alongside with other Chikanandas, is reportedly airlifted today from Zimbabwe over undisclosed illness. Some suspect also poisoning. He was rushed outside the country. We are yet to get the details as to exactly was airlifted. It means that was a serious the illness or ailment that needed quick medical observation as soon as possible. So that is the news that is coming through to our desk. Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel, the very first, to the Tlonpani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So Kudakwashe Tagwirei has been airlifted. It is suspected that he was poisoned and he was rushed outside the country for medical attention. It remains to be seen as to where exactly he was rushed. But what could have possibly happened? Remember, I have always said it, that Zwikanandas, they do not like each other. I think if you want to see that Zwikanandas are fighting and they don't like each other, look at what is happening between Rutendo Matiar, who has been embraced by Paul Tempter Tungwarara. And also there is this gang leader of this group. They call him, they call this leader these thugs that are always threatening Zimbabweans. I've forgotten, it's a parallel structure within Emerson Tambutso Mnanga. After two youth leaders of ZANU-PF came out guns blazing, gunning for Paul Tempter Tungwarara, overpaying Rutendo Matiar to shut him up. Rutendo Matiar was actually given money in simple terms to shut him up because they discovered that man had a lot of information regarding Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa, regarding everyone who actually had audience with him. It appears Rutendo Matiar was recording all individuals who interacted with him. That is illegal, to do so, but the man seems to have all information against any person. We saw individuals like Themba Mliso. At the moment they tried to raise their voice against him, it was quick for him to silence him through releasing audios that implicated him insulting Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa, not only insulting him and showing that he is not after defending him, but he is after his money. He is doing a PR job. It's not for because he loves Mnangagwa, and demonstrating in the audios that Mnangagwa is selfish. Now, remember, Themba Mliso was doing so to defend Kudakwashe Tagwirei, of which there are numerous audios of Kudakwashe Tagwirei demonstrating also that he knows that Mnangagwa is very selfish and showing interest in taking over power from him, not showing only interest but also acting towards usurping power over Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. And from the look of things, it appears definitely knowing who Mnangagwa is. Why it is Mnangagwa fighting against retired General Chiwenga? He knows that Chiwenga assisted him, he gave him political power, and Mnangagwa had an agreement with retired military generals, and the person expected to take over from him was. That is why an attempt on his life and also eliminating those around him who could have strengthened his position in terms of taking over from Mnangagwa are eliminated. So Kudakwashe Tagwirei was becoming another retired General Chiwenga. He has been assisting Emerson The military generals gave Mnangagwa evidence when he actually inherited the presidency, and they demanded him to go after Kudakwashe Tagwirei, providing him with evidence of the shenanigans that he was doing. But Mnangagwa, realizing that that man had lots of monies, he in fact put him in his corner and asked him that as long as you give me the money, as long as you keep the tap of money running out, I won't arrest you as the generals are demanding, but I would rather keep you. I'm looking for also the audios of Rutendo Matiar. Yeah, I'm almost there on his page. So now, and I'm sure a promise may have been made, but Mnangagwa thought maybe the man was not even interested in the presidency. Maybe Kudakwashe Tagwirei could have said this. And looking at the information that has been released by individuals such as Rutendo Matiar, that indeed, because Rutendo Matiar is not just speaking and writing something, he is also releasing evidence, audios like this short audio, which is circulating on social media.
You know what? Like you have already placed, but your biggest threat was actually in ZANU-PF and not outside. Indeed, you were speaking in ZANU-PF story. So this is expected. And what we just need to do is to be proactive to make sure that we manage that entire. And I don't want to be able to happen to them now. I'll try and convince. Maybe on Friday, so I'll try and convince him to take this or to
let me just, okay, I just wanted to pick it up again. Okay, let's pick it up again. Why is it not playing? Anyway.
You know what? Like just like you have already faced it.
So, in this audio, you can hear that Kudakwashe Tagwirei, this was a private conversation recorded by Rutendo Matiar. He demonstrated that he did not trust Emmerson Mnangagwa, and for him, giving money was for the purposes of his security, and also he had began luring some structures. He has bought everybody within Politburo and Central Committee through the cars that he has been actually giving them. And definitely he was a threat to Emmerson Mnangagwa. So we hope he is well. You know, we don't wish anyone to die. We hope he was airlifted and he would be well. If he has committed any crimes against the people of Zimbabwe, our prayer is that for that person to actually get to face the full might and wrath of the law, not necessarily for actually individuals to die. Those who have stolen from the members of the public, from the Zimbabweans, they ought to actually be held accountable. So he has been airlifted according to the information that is already on the public domain. We suspect poisoning because it was an emergency. If you see politicians being airlifted outside the country, it means the ailments is serious. It may be poisoning. And why would he be attacked? Because of the information that has been put on the public domain by individuals such as Rutendo Matiar. That information endangers Kudakwashe Tagwirei because it reveals to Emmerson Mnangagwa, who is after creating his dynasty. And that is why we have seen Mnangagwa putting closer poll tempter Tungwarara, because Tungwarara do not have presidential ambition. He may be having them, but he is not harboring them, or he is not creating structures or buying structures or individuals for the purposes of preparing to take over from Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. And Mnangagwa may keep longer such individuals. But Kudakwashe Tagwirei was beginning. Rutendo Matiar indicated that he was one of the people who was hired to specifically campaign for Kudakwashe Tagwirei, but argued that Kudakwashe Tagwirei does not pay the people whom he hires. For example, he decided to cause this damage on Kudakwashe Tagwirei because Kudakwashe Tagwirei did not pay his money in full. He funded the programs of Rutendo Matiar. He said, in fact, he was hired by Kudakwashe Tagwirei, and Kudakwashe Tagwirei did not want sanctions to be removed on Mnangagwa and Rutendo Matiar. This information I'm speaking is not from my head. It is on the public domain already. So this airlifting outside Zimbabwe at this point in time of CAP3, one would think of celebration. An individual like Mnangagwa does not celebrate because CAP3 is not an achievement to him. It is part of the processes of actually a broader picture. I think individuals who understand Mnangagwa are Professor Jonathan Moyo. Professor Jonathan Moyo assisted him, but is outside the country because he needed the money. He's a selfish individual also, but he knows that Mnangagwa is not a forgiving man. Once he also comes to Zimbabwe, you may hear someone says the man reportedly owns hospital. Why? Yeah, he knows the hospitals in Zimbabwe are not adequately, do not have capacity in terms of machinery to actually handle a complication that could have been obtaining from him. So that is what we are hearing at the moment. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us Okancubo Mhlabane is signing off. Let me love and leave you. Let's meet on the